After 4 years of the PlayStation 5 existence, I finally managed to upgrade it to a new console. While that review will be in the future, that means I will say goodbye to my beloved PlayStation 5. Even though theoretically I bought it early 2021 due to scalpers, but I wanted to do a review before it leaves my building around this week. It's gone by the time you see this video. But hi, I am Lemon Cupcake of VRInfinity, and welcome to the second last review of 2024. And PlayStation 5 time. This is gonna be interesting, so make sure to get something to drink and some snacks. And enjoy the review. So, the PlayStation 5, how do I begin this review? First of all, when I got it, review, I will have an unboxing up. But when I got this, I didn't like the white color. Back then, machines had to be dark. Wow, things changed. Anyway, so I was like, a white console. I tried. Can you get like different colors? No. Now you can get a play, but back then that was just this is it. So they also released two versions of this PS5: the digital and the disc drive. And I came from a PS4 Pro, so I went to the disc. In the beginning, I just played my PS4 games on that thing, and eventually I replaced them with PS5 games. And I'm kind of glad I did, because there's just something nice about having physical games in your hand, and it's an amazing Blu-ray player, not gonna lie. I buy lots of 4K Blu-ray movies. Main reason why I don't want physical media to go away completely just yet. Mine is the disk drive, so if you are interested in the digital one, just imagine everything I say, mine is the disk part. So, what is the same between the two? Well, they both have an 825GB SSD with 16GB RAM, and they have a very powerful AMD chip, which is a big deal because AMD is doing a good job in this, meaning it's more compatible with previous PlayStation games, which also use AMD drivers. I'm not going to tell you exactly what the specs are of the CPU and GPU. I'm not a tech person, so just look up on the internet specs PlayStation 5 and you can find everything you want. So yeah, the front has two ports, an USB-A port and a USB-C one. The USB-C one is a fast charging capable port, while the A and the two A's on the back are regular ones. So on the back we have two USB-A ports, an Ethernet cable port, and Kingston lock thingy, and then a 4K HDMI 2.1 port. And yeah, there's not much else to say about the ports. They're just a handful, but plenty enough for me. But there are some extra hidden stuff you can do. First of all, you can remove the plates. I will not show you a video. You don't want that. But you just snap it open from the front and then push it down to clean up the fans, but that's not important. The other side has an external M.2 SSD plate. You just unscrew and you can buy your own SSD that is qualified to work with PS5 with or without heatsink. I suggest heatsink. And then you can upgrade the storage up to 8TB. Just like a PC, you just slide it in, click it in, just with a screwdriver, and then format it for the first time, and bam, you have more storage. I have a 1TB Samsung 980 Pro and the 2 SSD, making 1.8TB by default. They're pretty cheap. They're not cheap, but much cheaper than whatever Xbox is doing with their little ports thingies. So that is pretty good. We have a PC feature in a console. Next up is the size of the box of the PlayStation. This is the biggest game console I have ever seen, ever owned, and I hope I will never have to say that word again. It is huge and fat. This is the first time it's justified to be called a fat console. It is very heavy, slightly less if you get the digital one, but originally I have a little box shelf thingy for my consoles where I just slide them in, and then I had like a big TV screen. Well, I couldn't, so yeah, I had to find some space. I moved my TV a bit, so it's a bit like in the corner, and there it is. You probably saw it in a couple of B-rolls, but it's on the left side of my desk of my TV stand. Luckily, with the new console I have space now, so I might upgrade my TV to a 55-inch monitor, so I back a bigger screen. I used to have a 49-inch TV, and I had to downscale to a 43. Still doable, but let's see. We also come with a weird hybrid stand. So it's a weird plastic shelf stand you can twist around, and then you can put it either horizontally or vertically. There's a little pin that you can hide in the back of the compartment that you need to use to put it in if you put it, horizontally. Yeah, that's it physically. There are some nice lights on the side, which are dope, but I guess not fancy, but they're 2 light strips. And yeah, that's it. You can buy optionally faceplates from Sony to make them in different colors or themes. You just, like I said, do the same thing for the SSD and cleaning the fan, but then just snap it in. Currently I use vanilla black and white because my accessories which I got for it are matching and I like to keep it matched. But there's a new pearl color coming out soon, which is a shiny white color. So I might get that once released. It's black and white, but shiny, prettier. Oh, fancy. But that's for January. That's it. Next up, I guess, is the controller. We went from the DualShock controller to the DualSense. This controller is actually dope. It sweeps the floor with Xbox controllers. Like, no doubt, it just sweeps them. It's perfectly balanced, not too heavy, not too light. They have weird haptic adaptive triggers, like a 4-star trackpad on a Mac would be. So you can just, like for example, the bow and arrow, you could just slightly hold it in and then click to release. Or you can just click entirely for like shooting and stuff. So they're like adaptable based on what you're doing in the game. And I wish like my Quest controls had that, because that's cool. You could like light press to do small stuff and then fully press to like do other stuff. It would be cool for grabbing stuff, not gonna lie. There's also this big touchpad and speaker on the thing, so it's like the other controllers, you can do that. I use that for like typing, better than just D-pad all the time. It has an amazing haptic feedback in the controller. It's not too fancy, but it's pretty cool. Battery could be a bit better. That's one thing I'm gonna say. Charge it every time you're done. If you're no longer playing your PlayStation, just charge it in. The top is a USB-C port, which was a first from Sony. And the bottom has a wireless charger. If you buy a dock, which I have, you can connect up to 2 controllers. And yeah, there's a headphone jack on the bottom for wired headphones. So I guess that's all we can do with the controller. I guess we can go to the audio part. The PlayStation 5 does not have Bluetooth. So you can, like I said, use headphones with a cable. But you can use their own Sony branded headphones, which I use, with a little dongle called PlayStation Link. And just plug it into PlayStation, and then you can play wirelessly. They're pretty good. I use the dual pulse Explorer and Elite headsets, and they have Bluetooth, which I use for my phone and stuff, and I'm fine. No headphone jack needed anymore for me. So that's the physical appearance of the PlayStation. So now let's go up to the software. The UI of the PS5 is actually pretty dope. Like, I do not like the PS4 UI. It was hideous, but functionally. The PS5 is less functionally, but beautiful. It's like, I get Wii U vibes from it. Everything is clean. When you launch it the first time, the animations, the music, the beautiful glass panel tiles, the sound effects. It's even nicely organized if you're like a person that use your console for like Netflix and stuff. there's two buttons, games and media. So games has like a home tab where you can customize your widget with a background, and you can have games there. You can get the store, you can then make folders on the back in the more tab. And then when it comes to media, you can just download and install basically anything you would like and then just watch. If you have PlayStation Plus Premium, which is their highest tier online subscription, it comes with their own streaming subscription service that I haven't used. I never used PlayStation Premium. For a couple of times I went to Extra, which is the mid tier for games, but I'm usually Essential because I prefer to buy my games on the PlayStation. Meanwhile, on Game Pass, I've been streaming them, so funny that I'm so biased to buying games on the PlayStation, yet I rent them on the Xbox and the PC. But the UI is pretty, it's smooth, it's powerful, it supports all the stands you can think of, minus Dolby Vision and Atmos, because, it's a 2020 device, and I think that was a 2021 technology. It has 4K up to 120 Hz. You can do 1440p, but only if you're connected to a 1440p monitor. And yeah, it has HD, 60, 30, 120. You can basically connect it to any monitor or TV you like, and the settings will just figure it out. The PS5, every PS5 comes with a game included in the box, which is called Astro's Playroom. It is a 3-hour-long demo game, but now it used to be called demo. Now it's a game. But it's a demo/game, 3 hours, where you have a little robot inside the PlayStation 5, and you can go to different parts of your specs of your device to unlock stuff. But after that, after you completed the game, you basically open a gate on the bottom of the game that teleports you to the PlayStation Store, where you can buy the full Astro bot game, which is not included. So I call this like a prologue game, like a pilot game. It is dope. 3 hours of beautiful, beautiful stuff. Something that I wish Nintendo would use. One day I will buy Astrobots. That's gonna be game of the year for me. But not yet. Not yet. I want to play other games first that came out past that. Or before that. I really like my PlayStation 5. I really like how it looks, how it works. When I got this, I bought the Series X at the same time. And back then I cared more about Xbox because it was more a practical machine. They had all my games on it. But I fell in love with the PS5. I went from hating it to loving it so much that I made it my main gaming machine. First of all, I axed the Xbox Series X and made my PS5 my main gaming console. But now I'm in the middle of moving away my games from my PC and making this my actual main box. And even now, I'm even considering killing off my Apple TV and getting a little remote and use Blu-ray and stuff as my main media box, because I am so in love with the PS5 UI. I'm gonna be heartbroken the PS6 has a complete new UI. Like, it can be an enhanced version. But should you buy it? Should you buy a PS5? Well, PlayStation has interesting games that you still can't get anywhere else, but most of them are ported over to the PC. Except Demon Souls, apparently. I don't care what the game, but Demon Souls is here. Last of Us 2 is still on here. So if you really, really, really want to try Sony games and you have a PC, just wait until they port it over to the PC. But if you want a full experience with AAA games and normal indie games and stuff, the PS5 is the game console for you. While Nintendo is having an underpowered device that it's more like a Nintendo only console, like always. And Microsoft is just not caring about the box, because just get Xbox Game Pass. I don't care what device. Just get the games wherever you want. But when it comes to a game console, I highly recommend it. You can technically no longer buy the PS5, but brand new, it was $399 for the digital one and $499 for the disc. But they have been replaced by the successors, which is the PS5 Slim. Still $499 for the disc, but it's increased for digital to $449. So $50 increased. Well, it's a weird review. I haven't with the Switch. Okay, it's a tablet, but with the PS5, this is new to me, reviewing game consoles. So I hope you enjoyed it, and you know, with the PS5 Pro being around the corner, well, Sony is really T-posing over the gaming industry. They're doing a good job, except for Concord. Thank you for watching this review. I hope you enjoy what you saw, and if you like it, you can always subscribe below, give a thumbs up for the algorithm, comment below if you had some good experience or bad experience with the PlayStation 5. Also, I want to thank for the Blovling server boosters in iinekomattyii server, plus my coffee boosters below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.